For millennia, in the vast and mystical lands of the East, humanity has sought wisdom not only in scrolls and philosophy, but in the very discipline of body and mind. Here, we travel through time to uncover the profound legacies that shaped civilizations and continue to resonate in our modern world. In this video, we delve into the formidable origins of combat. Beyond the heroes and myths of the movie screen lie the ancestral roots of martial arts. We explore the 5 oldest fighting styles, systems of strength, strategy, and survival that were born in antiquity and are still practiced and revered today. Join us for this journey. The captivating world of martial arts, often dazzlingly portrayed in movies, television shows, and cartoons, features everything from the kung fu antics of characters like Hong Kong Phooey to the mesmerizing Jeet Kune Do, popularized by Bruce Lee, not to mention the clandestine arts of ninjutsu. However, these sensationalized fighting styles are, in the grand scheme of human history, relatively modern conceptions. To truly appreciate the deadliest arts, we must journey back to the very dawn of human civilization, where the oldest systems of hand-to-hand combat were first hatched. The term martial arts itself, stemming from the Latin arts of Mars, the Roman god of war, points toward their military origins. Yet to find the true origins of all combat styles, we must go further back, beyond the conceptualization of the Latin language itself. Pankration, the ancient Greek all-power originating around 2000 BC. Pankration, from the Greek words pam, meaning all, and kratos, meaning strength, might, power, literally means all power. Greek mythology attributes its use to the legendary Hercules, during his fight with the Nemean lion, and to Theseus in his battle with the Minotaur. Its development as a brutal and effective war technique is often attributed by historians to the Spartan hoplites and Alexander the Great's Macedonian phalanx. Pankration was officially introduced to the ancient Greek Olympics in 648 BC, cementing its status as a foundational sport and military discipline. As detailed in Michael Polyakov's 1986 book, Studies in the Terminology of Greek Combat Sport, Pankration was a savage combination of boxing and wrestling, permitting kicking, holds, locks, and chokes. Contests at the Colosseum, as seen in Roman copies of Greek originals, were brutal affairs involving battering, limb twisting, and strangling, often only ending when a fighter submitted, was rendered unconscious, or tragically died. While it was not reinstated when the Olympic Games were revived in 1896, modern Pankration tournaments continue to be held today, evolving into a niche, historical form of mixed martial arts, MMA. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And if the hype button appears, feel free to support the channel by giving it a hype. Thank you, and let's continue our journey through the world of martial arts. Shuai Jiao, China's hornbutting origin. Origins of Shuai Jiao can be traced to ancient Chinese records from 2697. These documents detail soldiers practicing an early style of military kung fu known as Jiao Di, hornbutting during winter months. Soldiers wore horned headgear and aimed to butt and throw opponents out of a designated circle, making this particular discipline the often cited original source for all later forms of martial arts in China. A subsequent development expanded the art to include blocks, joint locks, and strikes on pressure points. This discipline quickly transitioned into a popular public sport throughout the Tang dynasty. These community events served a dual purpose. They were clever devices used by organizers to highlight and recruit the strongest local fighters, offering the potential reward of being hired as one of the emperor's elite bodyguards. The modern term Shuai Jiao was formally adopted by the Central Guoshu Academy of Nanjing in 1928, formalizing the fighting rules. Today, its legacy endures as a practical and essential discipline taught in police and military academies across China. Malla-yudda, South Asia's wrestling combat. Emerging as early as 3000 BC, Malla-yudda flourished across several South Asian countries, including India, Pakistan, and Nepal. The Sanskrit term Malla-yudda simply translates to wrestling combat, referring to the context of a prize fight, rather than a single specific school of wrestling. The earliest written record of the art appears in the Mahabharata, a 5th century BC ancient Indian epic, which also details the wrestling arena of the ancient Jarasandha's Akhara. Classic Malla-yudda is distinctly divided into 4 complex fighting styles, each under the patronage of a different Hindu god. Jambuvanti focuses on locks and holds to force an opponent into submission. Hanumanti emphasizes technical superiority and skillful maneuvers. Jarasandhi practices the severe breaking of limbs and dislocation of joints. Bhimaseni involves the manipulation of the opponent's weight and reliance on sheer strength and gravity. While the art experienced a decline in popularity after the 16th century, Malla-yudda is a truly living history, still practiced today within small, dedicated communities of fighters across South Asia. Boxing, the art of the fist. The history of boxing can be traced through the recorded evidence of fist-fighting competitions. The earliest found evidence consists of ancient Sumerian reliefs from the 3rd millennium BC in the Mesopotamian nations of Assyria and Babylonia, and in Hittite art from Asia Minor. By 1350 BC, a relief sculpture carved in Thebes, Egypt, depicted bare-fisted fighters wearing wristbands, an early precursor to the modern boxing glove. The very first evidence of fist-fighting with gloves was discovered on Minoan, Crete, dating back to approximately 1500 BC, as illustrated in the famous Akrotiri fresco. The first formalized boxing rules were established for the 23rd Olympiad in 688 BC. The evolution from gory gladiatorial origins to a refined sport is profound. Today, boxing remains one of the world's most popular spectator sports and a fundamental component of modern MMA. Training to wrestling grappling. The oldest combat technique, the origins of wrestling and grappling are virtually impossible to pinpoint precisely, as forms of unarmed combat have been recorded by countless ancient cultures. However, unarmed wrestling is universally accepted as the oldest combat technique in human history. While clear depictions were made in ancient Egypt around 2000 BC, historians note that even older statues than the Egyptian examples depict men grappling. Some claims even place wrestling in 15,000-year-old cave drawings in France, a testament to its primal nature. In ancient Greece, wrestling was a core component of military training, ensuring all soldiers were experts in hand-to-hand combat. Its rise to prominence continued as it became a highly popular Olympic sport, recorded at the 18th Olympiad in 704 BC. Tellingly, a 2nd century BC Greek papyrus manuscript detailing wrestling instructions is considered the earliest known European martial arts guidance manual. The enduring legacy of ancient combat. Martial arts are much more than mere sports. They are ancient, codified systems and traditions encompassing sequences and techniques for hand-to-hand combat. Their roots lie deep in self-defense and the necessity of tribal territorial conquest. From these violent beginnings, they evolved into disciplines used by military and law enforcement, and crucially, into systems for conscious and spiritual development. The biographical history of these 5 oldest arts, wrestling, boxing, Malla-yudda, Shuai Jiao, and Pankration, shows a continuous, unbroken thread from deep prehistory to the present. The highly trained warriors who practice these ancient arts today are not just preserving history. They are also, quite often, the providers of some of our most compelling and enduring forms of entertainment. Thank you for joining us on this exploration into the world of ancient martial arts. If you found this video enlightening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more inspiring stories. Until the next video.